Chat, here we go yet again. Right into the EU qualifier. What a kickoff from Toxic. So this is the EU closed qualifier, a bit of shifted gears. If you're watching this back on YouTube, then you might be on my second channel. We might do all the closed qualifier stuff on a new channel I'm gonna make. But if you're here live, you're wondering what's going on now. I thought I just saw somebody win. Well, you did. You saw the ending of the Middle East main event. Now we are on to the EU closed qualifier. These guys are playing to make it into the EU main event, which will be played tomorrow. So Rez, he is changing his name to Rez because apparently Rezears is something that's worthy of censoring, according to Rocket League. So Rez versus Toxic, and the winner of this best of 5 will qualify to the main event. Both these guys I'm interested to see in having in a main event. One of them is guaranteed to be, and they're both top players in the ranked 1 scene for EU that have played in my qualifying stuff, I think, for various events, but we haven't seen them qualify, and now one of them guaranteed to do so. And Toxic gonna start off with the spice up 3-0. A nice flip reset to tap this one in past Rez. Because both these guys I had on my friends list before the game started, which goes to show that we've had them play before. Rez has looked really good. The biggest 1v1 tournament that has happened recently, the DreamHack 1v1, was actually won by Rez. So he kind of has, you know, the current title, since there hasn't been a lot of 1v1 tournaments since then. I would like to hope that maybe the Feer Fest victory could potentially be considered an impressive title to hold as well. Rez, tap up the corner in a demo. I am not in love with this goal explosion because of the way it makes everything sound. By the way, there's another qualifying game going on right now. Exclamation point streams will lead you to where the other qualifying game is. I believe it is Nugget versus Dead Monster, and it could be decently into that series if you guys want to see which one of those two players will be making it in through their first qualifier. But this is the upper finals. Nice shot, man. Toxic is looking good. I don't remember Toxic playing this much aerial game, but half of his goals coming from really impressive air dribble flip resets to start this one off. Toxic looking nasty. Rez was looking for that quick kickoff. It didn't connect on it. Seemed like he had lost it, but Toxic, I think, ends up flying by the ball. He tries to pre-flip that side flip to get back into play, and that ends up just taking him out of it. Rez, the catch and flick early, right to where Toxic is. So Toxic saves it easily. Toxic early shot. Buy himself some time to pick up boost. Not a lot of boost to work with. Sometimes it's best to just launch on a shot that has to be saved by yourself at least a few moments. But Rezears is going to gain control, score on the other side of the field. This flick, I have to listen to it as if somebody was cupping my ears, but very, very impressive. Rezears high up the top. Oh my goodness. He didn't go off the ceiling, but he took it almost to the ceiling. And he gets a flip reset of his own. He's had enough of Toxic scoring on these flip resets. Man. Rezears, you're going to make it hard for me to watch your clips. Rez, his dribble dunked beautifully. we're looking at another even matchup. One of the beautiful things about watching these tournaments, watching these, qualifying games deep in the bracket, is you're guaranteed to get two players who are playing well that day. We do show matches a lot, on weekdays, where we just grab two people. Who knows what kind of situation they're in, who knows if they're feeling good that day, if they're even playing like a top player. When you get in these tournaments, these guys have made it through a bunch of other top 100 very, very talented ones players, and they made it to this qualifying game. They're both playing well. You always get a good game out of these qualifying games. Toxic is flicked too high. Rez gonna launch one to the moon, and he actually tried to outpace Toxic. I'm surprised he got up in the air for that. Yeah, Toxic doesn't need that corner boost because now he's got an opportunity to just launch a long shot. I'm not sure what Rezears was hoping for here by jumping high to try and intercept. Rez, a no-boost shot off the backboard. Not strong enough, though. Not going to force Toxic to get rid of the ball. That being said, Toxic will do it for free. He'll take it the other way and just slam it off the backboard. Six with a minute left to go. This is another crazy offensive 1v1 game. Rez, he has the outpace. Toxic tried to bump him off the play, but couldn't do so. Toxic with zero boost. He tried to pre-flip and prevent Rez from getting to the spot he needed to, but Rez's car just too strong. Toxic fighting out Rez, picking up the back corner boost. Rez not backing down, staying super aggressive. And it works out well for him. He's able to break up the play. But how long can he last without ever retreating or picking up anything? He's still aggressive on offense. Now a shot of defense. He can only use the pads that he has. Toxic, the dribble is saved away. Rez has just enough to double jump and send it high. He's got a 7-6 lead and currently has ball pressure. 15 seconds left to go. Toxic having to jump around like a madman to prevent going down two. All Rez has to do is sit and be patient. Oh, Toxic, he clipped himself off the post. He got the first save. Rez barely even needs to shoot, though. Just needs this ball to hit the ground. He'll let it roll. Rez will take game one in this best of 5. Toxic in the Fennec. I don't think he was in the Fennec last time around. Trying to draw power from the Classic Ones car. Rez, power shot to the back wall. You'll get a first. Toxic cannot recover in time. Trying to come out and challenge far away from the ball. Oh, sorry, far away from the net. But does not succeed. Rez, another immediate kickoff goal. Where was Toxic headed? I think he's out to midfield. Thought he was going to be cheeky and win the race to the midfield boost. But Rez had no interest. Toxic, low 50, getting pushed down into the ground because Rez jumped for the 50 so high. Toxic, the quick recovery. And his first goal. Man, it's another high-scoring one. We got 3 goals already in the first 30 seconds. Toxic a tap above Rez. Rez trying to get a demo. Didn't connect and then flipped himself out into no man's land. Rez, he was looking for one final touch. Thought maybe he could clear it off the wall if he connected, but he doesn't. Toxic taking it back to 2-2. Toxic from the corner. He's going to need some magic to score it. The only other way is if Rez comes a little bit too far out. I'm surprised Rez challenged so early. It was going to be really hard for Toxic to get a good shot attempt out of that. Rez the clear. A little bit of space for Toxic. Something he hasn't had in the past few moments. Rez, though, will just immediately turn, try and pressure. Will he get punished for doing so? He will. He dove deep in the corner. Tried to have a presence, and driving up that wall in ones can frequently leave you in a tough spot. It's hard to make challenges on the wall. Can only really take the ball at the wall on offense. Rez, quick kickoff goal. He'll tie it right back up. Both these guys going for wave dash kickoffs, but chipping themselves up too high, I think, to actually use the wave dash. Rez over Toxic. Can he finish it? He will. The double jump takes him up above and over. Toxic cannot affect it. I left the party, apparently. Rez. A nice wave dash kickoff. He's got control. Toxic back to the corner. Rez, the air triple bump, and it succeeds. I'm not even sure if he even connected with Toxic, but it's enough to get a goal. Rez, was that a delayed kickoff? Make it 6-3. Oh yeah, very delayed. Able to kill it directly to the left side of the field past Toxic. Another delayed kickoff. Toxic reads it this time, though. Waits to make his challenge as well. Can't get the early flick. Toxic on card dribble. You have to expect flicking the ball early and then using that to grab boost. When we've seen Toxic play in the past, I feel like he was very ground focused. Rez is going to shoot in another, make it 7-3, a little bit of separation. The only real separation we've seen from either one of these guys in the series so far. It's going to be in favor of Rez. But like I said, Toxic started off this series with an insane aerial game. But what I remember of Toxic is, you know, a great ground and flick game. So I wonder if we'll start to see him go back to that a little bit more as he searches for a way to get back into this game number 2. Toxic. Slow rolling this dribble. Cannot make an outplay before Rez is able to affect it. Rez threatening the own goal, but retreats in time. Rez needed that flip reset to finish it off. Wasn't able to get it. Toxic going to try and cover the whole map with a dribble. Rez playing a bit of a possession game. Toxic going to try and demo him for it. The ceiling shot is caught and not the best catch ever. But Toxic will take it to a wall to air dribble. Flip reset. This has been Toxic's game, and he wave dashes it in low. Toxic has been lethal whenever he's been able to create these situations, so maybe not too surprising that when given space, he kills the possession and rolls it up the side wall to get a nice wall to air dribble. A minute 27 to make up 2. The delayed kickoff again from Rezears. Toxic. It's tough to find an angle to score from that deep. One way to do it, though, is to try and bump that defender out of the way, but with how little boost Toxic had, the bump not very strong. Rez, he just keeps launching these own goals. I mean, this time Toxic is there to tap it in. Last time, there was no one else around, so he got to get back around the ball. But he is really setting Toxic up in his attempt to try and stay in the play. 7-6, a minute lead. Wave dash kickoff for both of them. This time they both hit it, and they fight each other off at midfield. Rez comes out on top. Takes the ball right in front of the net. Toxic will take advantage of that. He's able to stay on offense now after picking up that corner boost. Rez down the other side of the field. A Toxic miss and a 2-goal lead. Toxic needed to connect with this in the corner, and he just did not have the perfect read. Toxic, nice fake. Rez fakes the kickoff. Toxic fakes him right back. Takes the ball to a dribble. Jumps for the flick. Rez, where you going, bud? Rez checking to see where Toxic's at. Has faith in his ability to save a low boost shot off the kickoff. Nice shot from Rez. Getting underneath the ball and scooping it was one of the only ways he was going to be able to get power when he's coming in from above the ball. Oh man, that's a great shot. Rez, 17 seconds away from securing a 2-0 lead. Toxic trying to punish the delay challenge or the delay kickoff from Rez. You can see he rolls into it and chips it, which would be perfect to chip it above a defender who's sitting there and waiting, but that time Rez did not delay it. He took it regular, and Rez up 2-0. One game away from joining the main event. All right, we're right back at it. Game 3. Picking up right where we left off. Toxic back in the Octane. Played game 1 in the Octane, and then I think switched to the Fennec, but now he's back to the Octane, and he's back to his game 1 ways. He started off game 1 with a shot like this, and he'll be right back at it in game 3. Nice. Flip reset, getting the demo to finish it off. Fully secure the goal. 7 seconds in, the early lead for Toxic. It's a long way to climb for the reverse sweep, but something that any of these top players are definitely capable of doing. Rez, that dribble will certainly help Toxic out. Falling in front of the ball, dropping it, but behind him. Going to be very easy for Toxic to take away. Toxic, another first possession, this time starting from his own back corner. Trying to carry the length of the field. Rez, the save and the counterattack, I think, is missed. Yeah, they're going to credit Toxic with a save, but I have a feeling that was off even before he touched it. Rez, we saw him clip with some flipper sets earlier. Toxic, what was that on defense? I think that actually might have gotten Rez to mess up. Toxic like jumped off and wave dashed back onto the wall or something. Either way, it looked like he was completely messing up. Rez seemed to change his offensive attempt because of it. Toxic, a great shot. A good angle. Rez did not land very well. He actually left the window open there for that 50. Nugget and Dead Monster in game 5. Exclamation point streams to be taken to that game. Toxic up 3-0 here, but down 2-0 in the best of 5. Another nice play high from the ceiling. Toxic has been our high flyer in this matchup for sure, but he hasn't been able to get it consistently enough to pull out a game win. Rez on the kickoff has to send this one away. What a great recovery coming off the top of his net. Toxic thought he could sneak it low, but Rez did well to get back down for it. Rez, his dribble sent off the corner. That 50, not going to be great for Toxic. Will Rez be able to find the angle, though? No, he tries to go a little bit too quick. Sends it too high, and that could be a fourth. But Rez is back. Toxic, crazy in the corner, refusing to slow down. Almost got a 50 that put him in a good spot because of it. Rez playing with 0 boost. He'll get bumped twice. I'm not sure Toxic will be able to turn into a goal, but he'll at least gain possession. Rez almost left the net open by going out to that midfield. Toxic did not execute to punish, though. Rez, long shot. Toxic clearing off his own back wall. He has boost to make any sort of save he needs to. He does save the initial flick from Rez. Now Rez with all the field in the world. Toxic, a first jump. Rez tries to flick above and he succeeds. Would have been a nutty save attempt by Toxic if he was able to make it back down to the ground and up in the air before it passed over him. Rez looking to challenge Toxic. He's going to need a great flip, but he gets it. He grabbed that midfield boost. Rez bumping into the ceiling. He grabs the ceiling reset and never blinks for a second as he flies himself to the ball, uses the flip to finish it off. (4-1). Toxic coming alive when he needs to, back against the wall in this game number 3. Rez's shot not in. Toxic scooping around it to not just save it, but to save it where he wants it to be. Rez gonna need a tight angle shot to find this. Rez up in the air. His dribble 50 away, though. Toxic's defense, this stand, has secured or come close to securing his game 3 win. He's done a good job. Rez has found no offense this game at all. Only 1 goal. This series started off with an insane amount of goal scoring. I think it ended, in the 6 to 8 range. But apparently the slowed down game favors Toxic. A nice flip reset for Rez. He is still in this. 38 seconds left to go. He just needs to clutch it out in these final moments. That's a perfect play. Toxic, the wave dash kickoff for a 5th. (30 seconds, 3 goals. Rez gonna need to be creative on the kickoffs, but Toxic is staying 1 step ahead. Delaying to make sure he stays in control. He will be securing this game 3 win. It will not be a sweep. Toxic forcing at least game 4. He wants to make it all the way back, which will be a tall order. Rez will get himself within 2. Calling it a little bit soon, but I have faith. Toxic just needs to kill a couple kickoffs at the very least, make it so it takes a few moments. Toxic jumping, wheels first, gaining control. Toxic, 1 last flip reset, this time not to score, but to have the ball land anywhere but with Rez. Loser of this match plays Nisoran in a qualifying game. Interesting. Game number 4. Toxic slamming in an immediate kickoff. He's got a long way to go, but you do it a goal at a time. He's slightly delaying that wave dash kickoff as well, which I think is helping make it work for him. Spider, thank you for the raid to the 73 million viewers. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that that means that the Spider run is over. Toxic, if he finds a way to score this out of the corner. This time, Rez in the Fennec. He's down, and he wants to see what the Fennec can do for him. He's going to give himself a wow. Rez, by all means, can kill this on the goal line and wait to score it, but Rez is coming back. Toxic is loving his delayed wave dash kickoff. Instant recognition that that shot is wide. So he just dives to pick up the corner boost. Toxic, can he squeeze a long shot past? He can. Rez sending the ball into the corner and didn't even really dive that deep. But still, Toxic found the arc, found the power. A 3-0 lead. All of a sudden, Rez cannot score on Toxic. He needs to finish out a best of 5. But he got 1 goal, I believe, maybe 2 goals in the previous game, and now scoreless through about the first minute 30 in this game number 4. Toxic off the wall, sending it to the ceiling, and have a hard time creating something out of it, but not a bad low 50 in order to stick with the play. Rez, the defense has been good for the past few minutes, but he's got to bring some offense if he wants to come back and win this game 4 and not have to go to game 5 against Toxic, who right now has some serious momentum. Rez, a fake challenge early in order to make sure he got his shot, but he still can't get it in as he falls to the ground. Rez, a catch and flick, sending it off the backboard. The offense just isn't there for him right now. He needs to put something on target. Hasn't even really forced Toxic to play much defense. Now that's the flick I remember. Toxic, we've watched some replays of him in ranked as well, and he has a filthy flick, and there it is right there. Showing it to you in full form. The crossbar down and back up. Rez, an immediate kickoff goal. Good to see. You know, it's not bad to control the kickoffs. His wave dash kickoff works well for him, but you know, it's still not going to do much for his confidence in the open field. Right now, open field fully controlled by Toxic. Toxic pre-flip into this 50. Another pre-flip with low boost. 5-1. 3 minutes in, Rez still only 1 goal. Toxic has completely silenced Rez. The only goal, a kickoff goal, in what feels like the past 7 minutes of gameplay. Rez, a nice musty to get it over Toxic, but this is what I'm talking about. We haven't even really seen a touch by Rez close to being a shot attempt in a while. I wouldn't even blame him for starting to take really, you know, easy shots on net, something that Toxic will have a decent time saving, but can at least get his rhythm back in terms of shooting on net. This is a good opportunity right here. One of the best we've seen from him in a while, but Toxic is just going to be able to pop it away. Rez, can he get something going out of the air? This would be certainly a nasty way to break open the offense for him. It's been a while, and apparently what it's going to take is a ceiling reset shot. Toxic, nowhere close to that one. Great play by Rez. I think I can probably cover both lower bracket games. As long as you guys are okay with me waiting, assuming they're both ready or close to ready, I think I can cover them both, right? Is it best of 5? Yes. Yeah, the finals, all qualifying games are best of 5. Rez, since his ceiling shot, still has not found much offense. Toxic missing on the back wall. Could be an opportunity for him, but with 30 seconds left to go, I think Rez might already be thinking game 5. What am I going to do to find some offense against this guy who has completely stopped me? But even that's a great shot attempt. It forces, a tough save. And that's something that we haven't even really been seeing from him in the past couple games. Toxic. His ceiling reset. Not going to matter, or his flip reset, not ceiling reset. Toxic going to carry this one out. Extend the great feeling of the win at least a few moments longer. But there it is. Rez will slap it to the ground. Game 5 as Toxic tries to finish the reverse sweep. Game 5. Rez versus Toxic. I don't think we were expecting to see this when Rez went up 2-0 early. They were close games, but Rez had the edge. Now, all of a sudden, Toxic just has complete control. Rez has not had any offense in the past couple games, but hey, that's some offense right there. A great outplay by Rez as he gets the flip reset and, well, he doesn't use it. Maybe not even got the flip reset, but he just lands it back down on the ground, pops it above. Yo, it's Baby Jesus. Thank you for the raid of 48 million viewers. Thanks for covering the closed qualifier for me today. I assume that was on very late notice. Very living grabbing you. Rez switching to the Fennec after losing a game and then back to the Octane, which is exactly what Toxic did. Maybe Rez had this plan all along. He saw that in order to get a win after losing, you have to switch to the Fennec, lose a game, and then back to the Octane, and you'll finally take a win. And that's all Rez needs. If he wins here, he takes it in game 5. Toxic, a long shot for a first. A great catch and just a perfect chip on the wall. Toxic, a nice 50 to gain control. Rez out at midfield. His fake challenge turns into a real one when Toxic drops the ball to the ground. That's a great pinch, but it's not going to result in much. It does result in Rez trying to play it too fast. Rez wanted to get it off the bounce when he maybe could have waited longer, and he ended up passing it back over to Toxic. Toxic with low boost. Rez will take it back to the corner. Rez from the skies. The shot, it's on. Toxic just caught watching. He was not expecting an early shot. We've seen a lot of dribbles fall back down to the ground, and especially, I guess, ones that start as high as Rez's did. He seemed to think he did not need to worry about the net just yet, and he was wrong. Rez, crazy how sometimes the clock just resetting, starting a new game, can be such a great mental switch, because Rez couldn't score to save his life 2 games ago. But now he's got his back to the wall and the offense is back. A great power shot. Toxic can't save it away. Yes, Rez is Rezears. He is changing his name because Psyonix censors the word Rezears. And I don't know why. I don't think he knows why. So there obviously must be some good reason. Psyonix has never censored a word that doesn't make sense. Rez, aggressive challenge. You're not used to players coming in and diving that deep in somebody's corner. So Toxic was just going to sit and wait. He thought for sure it was a fake challenge. So he just backed off the ball and said, you know, I'll get my possession in a moment. But no, Rez flies in, catches it, takes it away, and scores. Rez, he can't help but score. Everything he does finds its way into the net now. And a little bit of that is credit to Toxic. Not a great touch from him off the wall to set up Rez. Toxic around the goal line, looking for some of his offense. That ball maybe was headed in if nobody was on the field. Rez flick, likely due to the early challenge by Toxic. Now Toxic's got space. What is he going to go to when he can set up whatever he wants? He is going to go on-card dribble to his flick. I like it, man. Toxic's flick is so good. He's used it only so sparingly in this show match so far, or show match in this tournament so far. Rez, the wave dash kickoff. Both these guys have been using the wave dash kickoff to much success, but as of late, it's been Rez getting the edge. I'm not, please. Rez up 6-2. Tapping in the 7th. Able to win a 50. 2 minutes left to go. Toxic having some troubles. This could be a way to break it open, but like I said before, when you're having troubles in the midfield, the kickoff goals don't necessarily change that. Unless you're able to string exclusively kickoff goals on your way back into the game, you have to find a way to get some scoring. That being said, Toxic will definitely take immediate kickoff goals. This one is saved away. Rez with very little boost. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He just takes an early flick, lobs it to the back wall, buys himself some time. Toxic just barely saving that. I'm not sure he realized it was as close as it was. Toxic. The on-card dribble. The air dribble bump. Will that be what breaks it open? No. Rez saves it. He is credited with a save. I'm not sure if it would have mattered or not. It seemed like the ball was headed too high. So a minute left to go. The clock winding down. Toxic worked his way back to game 5. Did he do it all just to have Rez take it away? Power shot to the back wall. Nowhere close to on net though. Toxic looking for a bump. He forgot about the part where the ball has to be headed to the net. He looked to take Rez out of the play before being sure the ball was headed on line. Maybe he was hoping to come back around. But Rez has stalled the game out. Toxic, a nice pop, got Rez to miss. Great execution. Hard to find a tight angle shot like this, but one way to do it is to just send it to the moon so the oncoming challenger misses underneath. Oh, Toxic, the wave dash kickoff. He's got a 5th, 24 seconds left to go. It's not over for Toxic. The believers in chat, the Toxic fans who want to see him succeed, there's still an opportunity. Oh my goodness. This time it's cut off. And that could be it. I think Toxic needed that if he wanted to come back. Rez clearing this one to the side wall. He won the race to the midfield boost. We talk about it. There's nothing that kills somebody more in a late game situation than not getting the boost. You have to be the one with boost in order to make the outplay. Rez, he'll score it on his own net to finish it off. Still a 7-6 win for him. Toxic with the GGs, out of the match, out of the party. But a win and a qualification for Rez. It's not over for Toxic. He still has a chance. He'll just have to try again.